Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's Justin Leoy, Park Slope Therapist, coming to you from Brooklyn. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to talk today about a post I wrote called Feel the Feelings or Feeling the Feelings, which is slightly annoying to a lot of people I've found because some people have worked very hard to get to understand their feelings, to be able to say, I'm angry, I'm scared, I'm this and that, which is tremendous. I mean, it's a great thing for a kid at some point once they could start to name the feeling of sadness or anger or whatever. Then it's a step away from the tantrum throwing, because they can just say they're really pissed as opposed to throwing themselves on the floor in the middle of the supermarket because you won't buy them the grapes that they wanted or something like that. I mean, it's not as simple as 1, 2, 3, but it is part of the building blocks of containing that is being able to understand the feeling state, to be able to say that. So we get adults who are like, I want to get to understand my feelings, and then they can say to a partner or a friend or a boss, oh, this is how I'm feeling. Unfortunately, it's just one step in the right direction, and it's not the whole thing. It's not like I am angry, and okay, now we can play cards, or now we can get back to what we're doing. Sometimes you actually have to feel that feeling, which is, great space for counseling, where you actually get to express the fullness of the feeling. Sometimes people do it towards me. Sometimes they're doing it talking about it towards a partner or someone else. But the idea that it's not just about being able to write down, oh, I'm in grief now. All right, done. And that is disappointing to a lot of people I have found who one of these are people who will talk about wanting to manage their feelings. That word manage is always interesting when it comes up. It comes up in anger management. But for managing feelings is the idea of, I don't want to have too big of an expression. I don't want to even express it much at all. I just want to note that is the inside emotional state, and now I can go on and do the really important thing of getting my work done, or what that is. Unfortunately, we're all human, and that doesn't always work out so comfortably in that way. So what does that then entail, and why is that difficult? Well, one is it, like a lot of us who have lost it, quote, lost it, know how scary it could be to not manage a really strong feeling state, that we get really angry and say something we really regret, we do something we regret, we get into stuff in ways that we can't take back. So we understandably want to just be able to say, I am furious, and I'm going to hold it all in, and I'm not going to unleash it the way I did. Or we become scared of what we have the power to do. There's somewhere in the middle there, and there has to be, because if you just hold it in and say, I'm furious, and seethe inside, it'll come out somewhere else. Maybe it's going to come out in a horrible stomach ache. Maybe it's going to come out in back pain. It'll seethe within you. It's going to come out somewhere. So the idea is you can label it, which is the first step, but it's unfortunately not enough. So finding ways to really have the feeling, be aware of the feeling, and then to let it out in a way. I mean, sometimes when working with kids, we'll take like balloons, and that'll fill up, and we can say you could pop the balloon, and that's the anger exploding, and that's what's probably got you into this room, because you exploded and you hit a kid. Or we could do that thing that's actually annoying but helpful, is when you kind of slowly let the air out of the balloon, and it makes that really horrible sound. But it's a more it's a more word am I looking for? Structured way of letting it out. Not you're not fully in control, because it's still coming out, and God knows where it's going. But it is more mediated perhaps, and you have a little more say over it. I mean, I think I've talked about the anger volcano, that if you start to note your anger when it's down here and rumbling, you have a lot more say and choices of how it's going to be expressed than if you're waiting till it's about to explode up here. You still have control, but choices just seem like there's a lot less of them when you're bursting. All right, so I'll connect to the poster, which goes into a little more of this, and I appreciate you taking time to listen today. All right, have a good one.